Fear literally corrupts your energy and weakens your aura, your energy field. Trust and love makes your energy more strong and they help you in connecting to the source energy. But fear has been so normalized that we think that if we are not in fear, something is wrong with us. That if we are always focused on trusting the higher power, if we are always focused on the love frequency, are we the odd one out? So this normalization of fear is a reflection of the collective consciousness. For generations, the collective consciousness, the energy of the collective, is of control, is of domination. If you look closely, it is about seeking power over others. The intentions are ego driven. Whenever someone is in fear, you have to understand that no one is under fear out of love. It is out of separation. It is out of duality. So the very basic thing that you do when you experience fear is to try to defend yourself. So your ego is your defense mechanism. And when you are unable to control your surroundings, control what's happening within you, your actions, not just the outside but also your inside, you start controlling others. Because the very energy of fear is of control. And this whole control system is like really inbuilt in the world we are currently living in. It's like a chain reaction. Everyone is trying to control one another. No one is acting on the frequency of love, but everyone is acting on their fears. So whenever you find yourself or the collective get into a mass fearful state, you have to understand that all the fears that are deep rooted in their unconscious, we have everything in our DNA from our ancestors, from our previous lineage, our parents, ourselves. All the fear of survival consciousness is within us. So the moment in the present circumstances something fearful shows up, all that is activated. So the majority of people, because they don't do the inner work, they should definitely do, but unfortunately inner work is boring for the ego. It is not interesting. But the more inner work you do, the more you realize that there is so much unconscious trauma which is full of fear there is within you, and it starts controlling your life and you don't even realize it. And when you are in that state, because it is a control based energy, so you start trying to control the outside, other people. You start trying to manipulate the other people so that you can defend yourself, so that you can feel safe. The protective mechanism of ego is wired in such a way that at all cost it needs to protect you. No matter if it has to do someone wrong, if it has to manipulate others, if it has to snatch from others, it doesn't care about that. So that is why there is so much separation, there is so much fear in the collective right now. So it is your choice. Do you want to be the odd one out, or just want to behave like everyone else? Do you want to be at the fear frequency, or do you want to trust the universe and vibrate at the love frequency? So love frequency is not something that you are always feeling goody-goody all the time. Love frequency means that you choose to feel the oneness that there is in this existence instead of feeling the duality. You choose to feel something higher than your ego. The ego is always living in the survival consciousness. It is a defense mechanism. Until you realize something beyond it, you also have something in your being that is connected to the source consciousness, to the unity consciousness. It is not something to be believed in, it can be realized. That is why it is called self-realization. And the more you start acting on trust and love instead of fear, the more individually you bring a change, you bring a shift in the collective consciousness. We can't wait for the collective to change from the outside if we don't change ourselves. You have to be the odd one out. If everyone starts thinking that they have to do exactly what everyone else is doing, how can anything change in our collective? You have to be the change. You have to start with yourself. Stop giving energy to fear. Start working on your unconscious. Go within. Release the fears from your energy so that anything that shows up in the present, you don't act from fear. You act from trust. You act from love. You act from oneness, not separation. You act from your spirit, from your higher self, not the ego. Don't corrupt your aura, your energy field, by giving attention towards fear, by literally feeding yourself fear. Instead, shift to the frequency of love, shift to the frequency of trust, and act from that. And when you will act from that frequency, you will do everything that is right for the collective. You're bound to do the things that will help the collective, but it will happen individually. Don't get absorbed by the fear around you. You have to be the calm in the chaos. You have to be the love frequency, the trust frequency in this darkness, because the greatest source of light always comes out of darkness. Much love to you all.